But this week, as we watched Hurricane Helene and Milton devastate Americans, folks in the Trump administration, when he served, came out and told us that when Donald Trump was president, he would ask them before he would authorize emergency aid, did they vote for me or not? That's disqualifying politically. It's disqualifying as a human being, because these are our neighbors. And not once would they ever ask. Not one. I served with presidents of both parties. And when we were flooding, George Bush was in Minnesota, and he was there to provide us the support we needed to repair what we needed to be done. That's the way this country's supposed to work. I can disagree with George Bush, but he was there to do that. This is the first time in American history you've got a president that is willing to let Americans suffer during a tragedy rather than providing them the aid they need. So look, as a teacher, I'm going to have to tell you this, and I just want to, I'm going to leave you with the final Project 2025. Eliminating the Department of Education. Now, there's an agenda here, and that agenda is to privatize public schools, to give people vouchers, if they will, and then to have you send your kids wherever you want to. Those should certainly be your choices. That should be your choice to do it. But public education has been the great American addition to the world, the ability to be able, not just the great equalizer, the great horizon opener for so many of us. I think about living in a town of 400 people. I had incredible public school teachers. You think if they'd have given my family a voucher, where the hell were we going to find a private school that we could go to in a rural community? And where were they going to find the teachers who would do it for the little money that those public school teachers were doing it for and the effort that they were giving? It goes back to this idea that communities come together. This country invests together. So what Kamala Harris is laying out, what we're talking about doing is, we're talking about investing in those communities. These guys, when they talk about schools, they're talking about banning books in schools. You know what we did in Minnesota? We gave every kid breakfast and lunch for free. We're banishing hunger in those schools. They're concerned about books in schools, but they don't have a damn thing to say about assault weapons in schools with children being shot. So look, Project 2025 wants to send that money elsewhere. Hell, Project 2025 wants to privatize weather forecasting at one time. Think about that. Remember when he took his Sharpie to draw around the hurricane? It's an inconvenient truth that climate change is changing our climate. Well, we don't stick our head in the sand. We fix it, and we get ready for it, and we need a leader who's willing to do that. So look, folks, I went to it in the beginning. We know who Donald Trump is. We know what they stand for. We've got an agenda that works for rural America. And as I told Rick in there, these policies that we're proposing will help the people who are out there with Trump signs in their yard who are going to vote against us. And that's just perfectly fine with me. It's perfectly fine with Kamala Harris. She wants to be a president for all Americans. That is perfectly fine.